Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. And in an unbelievable twist, today is Turkey Day in the United States, for me in both real life and for you, the viewer. In a rare circumstance where I'm actually able to record on the same day that I put a video up. It's actually not great for me because the downside is it means that the video goes up later in the day. You know, it is what it is. If I were able to record in advance, then it'd be going up on time, but it's, we take what we can take. The alternative is not having an episode for the day. Regardless, happy Turkey Day if you celebrate. And I know that a lot of folks across the world have similar autumn festival sort of holidays. They're not all called Thanksgiving. It's part of the reason I call it Turkey Days, because it's just sort of, it's a day that's just for like hanging out and eating food and family and stuff. And I get that all, but my SO and I, we've never really particularly been the extroverted types that are wandering off to family and having meals with them like this. That's never been for us. So we're just kind of hanging out today. Our plan is to catch up on some shows that we're watching and are interested. We've already fallen behind on, so that will be enjoyable. And then otherwise, just having a good meal. We're not even going to have turkey this year. We talked to each other the other week, and we're just thinking, we don't want poultry, in fact, we've decided for the moment. So we're having fish instead. We're going to do a fun, crusted, what did we decide on? I think it's a trout. So that's going to be fun. We haven't had trout in a while, so that's a nice fish. I'm a huge, I could give up meat at any point. Meat specifically, like red meat, but I could never give up fish. I would go pescatarian or die, essentially. So I'm a huge fan of fish, and this is going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. So we're going to have, of course, a lot of the nice accoutrement as well. So we'll do a pie because pies are fun and tasty, and you only live once, right? YOLO. So why not? And so that's kind of brings me to what I wanted to actually ask you all. Obviously, not every one of my viewers is American, and that's totally cool. So the bigger thing that I'm interested in is just basically traditions, right? Specifically autumnal traditions. Everyone's got something different, and especially from the folks who do things very differently than I do, which is to say I don't do a lot, I'm always interested in what folks are into. So what kind of traditions do you have for any sort of autumn holiday season? Anything that you do that's particularly outstanding or stands out to you every year, or that, like, because traditions, to me, the thing that I really love about them is that they are the ones that are born of an individual or like a small group of people, and they are very personalized and very unique to you, very niche, and they're, whatever you're doing is very just special. And the other part of it that I think is important is that it's an inside element, right? There's an inside joke piece to it. A better tradition, in my opinion, is one where it doesn't make sense to an outside viewer until it's explained. A great example would just be like having a weird decoration that you put up. And this decoration might be bizarre, but you always put it up during a festival or something. And it means something to you and yours. But someone else observes this and goes, oh, what is that? That doesn't mean anything to me. Those are the best traditions, in my opinion, because they're exclusive until they're not. And I like that because it gives you the power to share that tradition with someone else if you want to. But it empowers you to not do that if you don't want to. So a visitor is not implicitly sort of assumed to understand, Those are my favorite traditions anyway, because there's a level of like esotericness to it that I'm a huge fan of. Anyway, before I ramble about this for too long, I could talk about it for a while. Let's play some Monster Train. That's why we're really here. Alright, what the heck are we doing? Our previous run was with Tethys. Yes. Brought us up to 274 wins in the series. It was a strong incant line with gifts for a guard plus split anvil. I'm a big fan of that. That worked out pretty well. I don't think gifts for a guard makes sense in every run, and in fact, it makes sense in very few runs as compared to other modes of incanting. You need a lot of tools that you're happy to just throw away, but we had a beautiful plus 10, plus 30 in piercing glimmer, and a set of them that we're just crushing. We're happy to spam those to keep our floor alive from sweep damage from the Divinity, while Light's Gift supports us from normal units. So, pretty good stuff. Now we're moving on to Penumbra. You know, Penumbra's been giving me a lot of trouble lately in my Blitz games on mobile. Every time I randomize into him, I've had a loss out of it. I've had some really good runs that have just the math hasn't checked out. It's been annoying. I mean, the problem with Blitz mode in general is I go way too fast, right? So you don't have time to think about it. You have to finish the run fast. It's the whole point of the whole point of it. But I've been losing a lot with him lately, and I'm trying to think about like what about that do I need to tweak? I might just do some focused Umbra runs with Blitz mode and see how I go. Obviously, that would be on my mobile runs. It's not something I record because there's no universe where I could talk through a run and also articulate it well enough and then play it. It's something that would work better if I were live streaming the game and I was just, you know, watching chat and then blitzing Monster Train, like not even paying attention really and just playing cards. It's essentially the whole thing is you draw a hand, you slam everything, you move on. There's no real thought. I'm not thinking about what comes next. It's kind of interesting. I've considered it. It's one of those things that might be cool if I don't know if the channel's ever going to get big. Definitely not. But if I somehow get to like 5 digits on subscribers, unlikely. But if I somehow do it, then maybe I could see a world where I do like, I don't know, random one-off streams or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's one of those things where it's like if the channel's big enough that I'm happy to kind of hang out. I'm going to click the button, by the way. If you haven't liked, commented, and subscribed already, go do those things. They're cool. I'm going to click this button so I'm not spending 8 minutes here. But I'll continue what I was saying. Basically, the channel is big enough that I'm happy to keep playing it, and I'm enjoying it, and it's great, and you all are awesome. But it's also small enough that it doesn't strongly encourage me to invest more of my time into it. I'm already spending, frankly, all these recordings. It's a lot of time, right? But doing more is not something that's fairly likely unless there were a decent swing in things. Like if I were getting like actual, what I would define as revenue from playing Monster Train, that would be different, but I'm not, so. Anyway, kind of just an interesting thing I tend to think about. Let's play Monster Train. We are in, so hopefully you're all doing great today. Happy Turkey Day and all that, and let's play, see what we get. Today we are default Umbra, default Hellhorned. We're facing Explosive Sigil, Daedalus, Spell Shield Felt, Diligent Seraph. We have Antumbra Assault, Fledgling Imp, Grovel. This is fantastic. If we roll Architect, we could jam a bunch of things on the floor. Fledgling Imp Scaling is good. Grovel and Antumbra Assault, it's good to have a ping. We also have Torches. And then Grovel is good morsel generation, just generally a useful card. This is a Train of Thought episode, so I'm going to 100 is the requirement. Rings 2, 4, 5, and 8 have temples. Nothing crazy there. Dupe on 8 is Magic Side. Another removal dupe Cave on 7 is quite good. Competes with a Steel Shop, no magic. Magic Shop with a Horde on 6 competes with Double Money Trinket Shop. There is certainly the possibility we see some nuts things here. There's also a Cave, pretty strong. No Steel here, however. We then get Steel Magic on 5 and Steel No Magic on 4, resulting in double magics early. Is there anything I want to call out here? Ring 5 Steel Shop is really good. Vortex Cave, love that. Random Umbra banner on 4 with the dupe. Steel Shop's much better, though. It's Steel Shop, Vortex, Hellhorn banner. That's awesome. So really good steals in the mid-game, actually, which is good to keep in mind. Double magics early. A nice selection of banners. I might go to this Hellhorn banner on Ring 2 instead of the double Umbra banner that I might see otherwise. We'll see. It requires me to have something in mind. The disadvantage is, of course, I'd like to look for Fledgling Imp Endless, but we'll see. Mask of Penumbra, Boon of the Blacksmith. Both of these are good, but Mask of Penumbra should represent essentially a free draw on most turns, which is really strong. So this also makes Shade Splitters really good. So we like that. And I will take Architect. This is a great complement to a Fledgling Imp floor. So yeah, looking forward to it. Mark of Invasion. We have a lot of tools here to solve this and still get the Collector, so we should be okay. I'm willing to trade some health here and there for it. Yeah, we just blast one guy real quick, and then we can put a morsel down, play all this out. Seems decent. I could put down the Fledgling Imp here, which is actually really good at saving some Pyre health. So I like that. We'll play another Shade Splitter, actually. Then we'll do it. It's a pretty good turn, honestly. And then he just gets to eat everything here, and that's huge. Cool. And we get a bunch of torches, which gives me money. And I will ping out all of these things instead of playing the morsels. Right? This saves pyre health, but most importantly, saves some health on Penumbra. Even if it doesn't draw. Let's take... Okay, this is a good set of power plays here. I come up to 31 here. So this guy's going to hit me for 2 no matter what. I'm going to go ahead and pump the guy middle and take him out. The damage morsel is nice. We come up short by 3, but we're going to have Penumbra absolutely slam the next guy. You almost always take a little bit of damage from this combat. It's just tough, is the thing. Let's see. How do I want to approach this? I'm going to play the morsel, and I'm going to put a train steward on the floor. And then we're playing a fledgling imp here, I think. And that's we're set up. We win this for sure. I just ping behind the boss and we're golden. Great. Easy. Cool, sure. Here, we'll play some morsels in front and we'll see what we can do. I think these all just die. Yeah, trample's fun. That's okay. We crush this. Not afraid at all. Guy doesn't even hit me. So, cool. Great work. Good. We take 4, we get the trial, we get the collector. That is a pretty awesome trade here. Happy to have done it. Perils of Production is certainly going to be it. Tough into Diligent, but it does weaponize the magic shops a bit. I like that. So we'll take it. Ritual or Welder Helper. Molting Imp is not bad. I'm going to take the Ritual because it's a really, really good -2 target, and we have early temples. Even if it ends up just being -1/-1 bait, it's fine. I'm going to go left simply because the Endless on the Imp does so much work for me. Multi-strike. Ooh, buddy. I guess Crucible Warden will show up here. We'll take the cheap multi-strike. I mean, if they give it to you, they give it to you. Let's spin this. They give me an Endless on a Fledgling Imp. That's honestly huge. Okay. We're just investing here. These are really good shops. Not going to take this Purge, however. I'm going to go ahead and do Fledgling Imp into Fledgling Imp, given that I did just roll the Endless. Really good pickup. We're going straight to 50 shards here, but that is power play. Now, I could damage shield 3 the Warden and chill here. We could play this middle with Architect, and then make 2 of these guys. I think about this because Architect essentially amounts to a body that is a Space Prism. So with 4 space on middle, but eventually, yeah, his Space Prism attached. So you could do 2 Wardens and Penumbra, and then still have space for the Imp in front to face tank for you. It's pretty good. Admittedly. Now, if I can ignore steel shops forever at this point, that's also pretty good. Though there are some really good steel shops, I'll admit, coming up. A second multi-strike might be nice. Damage, I mean, if we're using Endless Imps, I think the defense is probably more useful. This would be a mid-floor angle if we go this route. It's pretty strong. I'm going to take that damage shield 3, actually, and we'll move on from here. I feel good about this. That's powerful. I'll take this. We're looking for a good infusion. I'm not sure what it could be. Steelworker, I guess, would be fine. We'll just play upstairs. It's okay. Play some stuff middle, sure. Unfortunately, yeah. Alright, we do get a bunch of morsels here, which is good. I'm going to click that. Yeah, damage morsel is your friend. I'll take it. Now, I could generate maybe some offensive morsels. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do much for me, but I did it. Okay, fine. Okay, I would like my imp at some point. Managed to kill an enemy, which is actually absolutely crazy. Was not expecting that. The fact that I'm able to do that is pretty remarkable. I mean, this morsel doesn't live, so it does not really matter, but Sure, there you go, bud. I could have put that downstairs, but the fact that we stopped the 4 damage guy is actually pretty impressive here. It's that multi-strike doing work. Fortunately, we do roll into a pretty strong play here. Put this friend in front, toss out this play. It's pretty decent, managing to push some numbers through. It's fine, right? We do take another 3 damage, it looks like, but that's okay. That'll do. I will draw a card here, see what I roll on to. It's not ideal. I could play the imp, but there's really no reason to do anything else here. I think you just push the imp down here. Although the nice thing is I could actually feed another morsel here, which I think might matter. Yeah, we'll delay. I think I'll delay just so I can get that other morsel in. And then we'll see what we hit here. Yeah, we're actually super fine, which is cool. It's a lot of damage, right? We're doing great work. Crush that guy. Okay. Now, Prismal Dust is a decent card here. Mind Collapse is fine. It's a better 10 in piercing target than Umbra Assault because it can be played at 0 for free, but it can also be played for a flexible 15 pretty easily. I'm going to take Mind Collapse here. I like that card more. Hidden Passage is good. We should consider this. Even if I'm not planning on doing any sort of nonsense with overstacking, Disruption is good, and it opens up... Oh my gosh, that's an Apex Imp. Well, we don't have it. I mean, the Apex Imp pivot seems silly here, if I'm being honest with you. We're going to do plenty of damage. Morsel Maker, is that a better offensive and defensive infusion? Maybe. Armor 10 and Rage 10, this is what, 20 damage, right? So in 4 turns, and it wears off. So in 3 turns, essentially, the Morsel Maker pulls ahead. This is also defensive. I'm going to take that Morsel Maker infusion. This will work for me, right? Yeah, I think so. Sure, right? Sure, that does scale well enough for me. Okay, we'll do that. I am going to go to the right here. I'd like to look at some Magic Shop action. Going to take this banner and almost certainly sell it. Overgorger. That's funny as a concept. I can't do that infusion until ring 4, but it's entertaining to think about that. This could very easily represent more damage over the course of the run if I feed into this one Crucible Warden a bunch, and then dupe him at ring whatever the heck. I like the defensive element of Morsel Maker, though. Also the part where I have the Morsel Maker and I have to opportunity cost to remove it. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to take this Horde for sure. Pyrestone Housing. Now you're cooking, right? If we get an overstack that makes it really good, then I don't care that I missed this. If I don't get an overstack that makes it really good, then I'm glad I have it because I probably want to go to these steel shops anyway. Let's take it. I think we get more potential value out of this. I do want to make Ritual free, which is a legendary tier X5 if we see it. I never want to hold that over, so I don't care about that. And I will save my money so that I can purchase an upgrade here. If we get an overstack that's killer here, I just go ahead and reroll and take a -1, and it's fine. Purge a card, gain a card. It's not impressive. That's honestly okay. I'm not mad about that. We're just going to burn a Train Steward, I guess. Now, if I'm thinking about what the best thing here is, we're going to look at the random rare Hellhorned card. A lot of things. Transcend Imp is nuts. Yes, great. Would I take Transcend Imp here? Yes, I would. Single burst, huge damage. Now, I'm going to chill on this. We didn't get the overstack, so I need my money. If I see a third hit, i.e. second multi-strike, we go nuts. So let's move on. We're already way strong enough to win this fight, so not really worried about that. Cool. It is a monster train day. We're looking okay. I'm going to go ahead and pop downstairs here. I could actually play both of them, funny enough. I think that's actually superior here, right? I think it is. Is it? Kind of. I think it is, if I'm being honest with you. Like, he'll pop it out, and then this will be pretty good. Right, we just keep pinging these dudes and chilling, I suppose. It's okay. Now, interestingly, this Mask of Penumbra is not actually doing anything, right? It only works if you actually draft or draw a unit, which is very curious. Not something I had realized at the time. So Morsel Maker doesn't play it. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, as well, I can't really play the Fledgling Imp on the floor by having done this. So, was it the right choice? I don't know if it was. Not sure about that. I'm going to go ahead and put a Train Steward down. I am going to scale middle. May as well hit that guy, right? Yeah, I'm going to work on actually killing my Morsel Maker here and making up for this. We should be okay, but, you know, something to keep in mind. I can help with the Ritual of Battle here, so that's nice. I'm going to go ahead and play a Morsel. We're going to ping once on middle here. And then we play the Fledgling Imp. We actually get to attack, which is great news. I'm going to put some stuff downstairs because I may as well. It's fine. Managed to keep our floor among the living, which is good. I like that. I'll be putting a lot of self-pings into... Yeah, here we go. Getting the rage here. I think I will actually play Fledgling Imp here, which is cool because it just kills that man, which is great. Cool. My plan is to murder... Yeah, here we go. We Shadow Realm our lad, and then I get a damage shield morsel, so he swings, and I play this, and he actually does great, right? Which is very interesting. Yeah. That's good. Cool. He gets some morsel action. Great news. We're feeling okay about it. I can go ahead. I can actually... This Transcend Imp is nuts, right? Yeah, okay, great. Fantastic. Fun thing about Transcend Imp, it triggers Penumbra's ability as well. So that's neat. Cool, we easy win this. So Morsel Maker wasn't an ideal play. I put him down because it seemed good at the time, but it's not really great, I don't think. Blazing Bolts, it's a damage spell. We could always use more of those. It's another good -2 target. I don't have any other great -2 targets. I guess Grovel could take it. It's fine, right? A -2 10-piercing Blazing Bolts is pretty decent. Does it ever Shroud Mitosis? I don't think so, but it's possible. Consider the world, right? We have 4 space middle. I put Penumbra down. We have 5 space middle. I put 2 of these lads down, right? Okay, so that's 5 hits on the floor, which is enough. And then you put an imp in front. That works. I don't have to take space and this happens. And I'm playing it middle, so we're relatively safe. The problem, of course, is I probably need to take space anyway, because think about it like this. I will need to... I guess you could play bottom floor if you're fast enough. That's a little dicey. I don't know if that's possible. It depends on draw order, right? If we get the imp early, then maybe. If I get lost luggage or something, that could help. But the other piece here is if I take space, I can play middle, do that same thing, and then fit a morsel in, because we need to keep our floor alive. I actually think Shroud Mitosis is going to pay out, so let's take that. Shadow Eater, Consumer of Crowns, Horned Warrior. Horned Warrior is, I guess, infusion viability with damage shield possibility. I think we're just going to stick with the Morsel Maker and be okay. I don't need another hit here. We're going to have enough. 5 is enough. I can get away with 1 fewer draw relic thanks to Mask of Penumbra. I think... I'm imagining this is going to be an Ember take at some point. But that point might not be yet. I'm going to take the draw right now. We're going to go left. I have enough to re-roll here. I planned for this. Okay, great, actually. In fact, we are doing fantastic. Third hit here with the defensive play of damage shield 3. Looking good. -2, man, only man. -2, 10 in piercing. It would have been the absolute perfect play into Blazing Bolts. What a bummer I didn't grab it. That's okay. We can still take a -2 and get good value out of it. It is value to make things cheap. 10 in piercing still goes into a mind collapse. Like, we're not mad, but what a bummer, right? Architect 2, fine, of course. We get to remove some bad stuff, which are basically just train stewards at this point. We'll consider diligent options later. I'm going to look at this banner. Steelworker is not bad, but I don't need it. Man, we had the Apex Imp Steelworker. Apex Imp was in this run, right? I'm not imagining that. Well, that was this run, right? I think so. You could have had this with a multi-strike and then just hard pivoted into an Apex Imp run. I mean, it's one of the universal truths. I usually think that if you see an Apex Imp, you can pivot into it at any point. But yeah, that's right. I took Morsel Maker over it. I'm feeling fine about this run even without this, but that is funny to think about. Save my money for a magic shop here. Feeling good about that multi-strike acquisition. Yeah, looking decent. Good. We should crush this. Great. I have, like, huge hit friend, and we're going fast. Wow, that is good turn 1. 50, and then I can add 20 here, so I can do 70 in the back, and I think I can actually get away with a bottom floor play, unbelievably. Right? 40 by 3. Yeah, we actually do enough damage to play into bottom here, which never happens, but here we are. And then I just play my own Umbra Assault here. And we're good with that, right? I can put 1 in back. I did mess myself up by redrawing that, didn't I? Mask of Penumbra! It's okay. It's okay. I don't think we're in a dire situation. I'm just going to straight up play a Transcend Imp here right out the gate. That's okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and ascend the Collector to the Pyre, and we'll pop the friend in the back. Does not really matter, I guess. I'll pop him because I can play another Shade Splitter out, right? Which is good defense. Ah, and the Shroud Mitosis. That's nice. So, cool. We get a lot of damage shield out of that play, which is a good thing. We can continue buffing here. Morsels are good. How much space do I have? Plenty of space, as it turns out. So just feed a truckload of morsels in. We're crushing it. Enough damage shield and we have no problems here. We actually can't get an Umbra Assault ping, but interesting. Fair enough. Well, chomp, chomp, chomp it is. Shade Splitter here. We're going to go ahead and play it. I'm going to go ahead and Perils here. See what the other Shade Splitter is. Okay, we're going to shoot this guy now. Okay, I can choose which one I wish to... I'm going to... Jeweler is getting copied here. I want 3 copies of Jeweler. Totally. Good, great. This easy crushes this boss. Hey, look, we found them in the Imp again. Good job. Slam dunk. This is going to be really good. We're not worried about this run, even though I kind of botched that a little bit. Chain of Gems actually makes Morsels very tanky. We're going to need to be careful about that with the Imp, but it's not a problem. Prism Retrieval fetches the Imp. It's also a good play into Diligent. I think fetching the Imp and making it free is pretty high value, so we're going to take that. I like that quite a bit. And we're just going to grab Tiresome Client, because that's a really good card that you should pretty much never skip. We're going to go ahead and look at a magic shop, because I don't need the steel side right now. Pyre Remains, see what's in the temple. A +30 and a 10 in piercing. Horde says lost luggage. This is nuts. Absolutely. We might actually be able to proc Shadow Box, but I think lost luggage is just way better. Okay. The plus 30, I don't know about. 10 in piercing is like, alright. 10 in piercing and Umbra Assault, I guess. Right? Look at this magic shop. What do we get? Remove consume, no thanks. 20 consume is good. -1 is probably better. Temple situation. I have one last try at this, so I may as well hold out for the -2 into Tiresome Climb. Let's make some cards free, because I actually do think it's useful to have free cards, especially into Diligent. If they show me a holdover, where does it go? Probably not Perils. Perils is actually slower than Fledgling Imp here. I'm actually probably removing Perils. Might go into Grovel. Interestingly. Okay, so I won't take the 20 consume in case I roll the 120 on it. Double stack Tiresome Climb is probably it. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that, actually. I'm feeling good about that pickup. Do I want to make Super Mind Collapse or a Super Antumbra Assault? Does it really help me that much? It helps a little. It's a little bit helpful. Certainly useful. If I'm being honest, I think just making the Mind Collapse better is probably enough, but I don't see a reason not to do this. We'll make a Super Antumbra Assault, so this card actually feels like it does a good job. The rest of this is, I think, pretty straightforward. I would have purchased a removal or a -1, but I ended up buying a double stack, which is going to be really helpful, by the way. Heaven Seal does not frighten me. I hit enough times. We're going to do plenty of damage here. We're just going to play in the top floor and be cool about it. Penumbra, Warden. It's a shame I can't get one more Ember, huh? It's true. I do feel like I need to Fledgling Imp, and I need to kill this Imp. And I would love nothing more than to play the resulting Morsels, but I really don't want to draw into the Imp on 0 here. So I think we're going to have to chill a little annoyingly. Alright, we managed to avoid... Interesting. I could play the Transcend Imp and get an extra space for the floor, which is actually quite nice. But I think we are going to need to do Fledgling Imp and then shoot the Fledgling Imp here. And then we'll go ahead and take Grovel. Play some damage options here. Sacrifice the other Morsels. Seems okay. Alright, we're going to do plenty of damage to clear these floors. This backline in middle is terrifying, but we're doing 100, 100, 100, and then backline is clearing it out. So you could, unfortunately, the thing we should do is we should go Excavator in front, right? Then we can go Morsel here, and that cruises, right? Then you go Morsel in front, and this absolutely crushes. So, seems decent. We can actually save some of these hits as well by just pinging out a couple of these guys. Sure. We do plenty of damage to clear top, even though this floor is terrifying. Absolutely horrifying, in fact. Good floor. Respectable floor. Big damage numbers. Love to see it. And we just kind of blast bottom a bit, and that's good. And we're chilling, right? Actually, I can elevator this Morsel in. There you go. Great work. Go team. And then he crushes everything. No damage. This is, I mean, this is a very scary combat. Let me be clear. This combat... Immediate payoff for that 0-cost Shade Splitter, by the way. Check this out. Which lets me freely get... Then Fledgling Imp and Mega Transcend Imp Tia on the floor. And we've now created Monstro floor. I mean, that was perfect, right? The 0-cost made it work. But... yeah, I think we're doing it well. This is a very difficult combat, and we've rolled a lot of very scary enemies, in fact. Just like some really dicey threats. But we are chilling. What if I just elevator the boss and absolutely send her to hell? Yeah, she's gone. We're just going to go ahead and do this, and she now gets 3 turns of do nothing and loses. And that's, as it turns out, pretty decent. Here you go. 5 million morsels of the Persian Empire descend upon you. And I'll draw a train steward. Alright, cool. Get in there, bud. Great work. Cool. Straightforward and strong. We get everything. We get a resonant shard. Huge payout. Wretch. If I had the shadow box, which I think I skipped, I would be happy for Wretch, but I don't, so I'm not going to. Cave in, I mean, you can cave in a bunch of morsels, I guess. It is an option. We don't have to take space. We can play top floor and then cave it all in. It's not as consistent, though. I think we'll just take space and make sure we can do it on any turn. Void Binding is not bad. You could put it on a morsel, right? Which is the biggest advantage it has. Stick that on a morsel and chill. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll take that. Impinabox, Inflame, Inferno. Inferno's not bad. If we see a -2, it's going into that tiresome climb, though, so we're not going to be taking this. And I have plenty of things, the -1 already, and I'm also not really afraid of this. There's a world where I don't even dupe the Warden, right? You know, interestingly, I might not need space, right? The Transcendent gives me the summon trigger. It's just how consistent can we get that? How consistently can we get the Transcendent? It might be Ember. I've been a little close on the Ember plays lately. And we're going to have curses on Diligent. Impinabox. How does this look for me? It's okay, right? What if we see another Endless? Do we just put it in Transcendent and go mad with power? Not really a lot of good opportunities for it. We got a really good removal dupe on 7 I'm taking a magic shop here because I'm too poor. Even with double money, that's only, what, 175? We can buy 1 relic. I mean, there's like ashes that it would be really good. But I think the magic shop does provide net more value with -1s. I'm going to sell this. I think we move on from here, and I'm going to go magic side. This just feels like more value to me. I guess, I mean, because think about this. We could get money, find nothing. There's enough to re-roll, find nothing. And then the cave could be, what? Consumables? Or something bad and terrible? There's a lot of things it could be that would be really great, though. Alright, you've convinced me. I'll go look at this. There's a lot of high rolls here. Fossilized fangs. I wonder if that's worth it. Look at this cave. Give me the high rolls, right? Give me something. Look at this. I even called out consumables. Monster Train. Ah, I've baited myself into this. All right. I don't know if any of these are great. Stygian Guard. Is Crystalline Seeds a worthwhile card here? I mean, it's actually not bad. All right, fine. Get in here, bud. Get in here, bud. Ugh. Gross. I don't think Fossilized Fangs is enough for me to care. I mean, it's Damage Shield 2, but whatever. Reroll this. Winged Technology is not bad, although we could just solve Ember by playing Hell's Banners. Which is, I think, I can't actually get Winged Technology. Look how expensive that is. I'm going to take Hell's Banners. I think that's a good pickup. This actually makes the morsels even stronger, and I think encourages me to take double draw now, which is great. I'm already playing an Imp every turn, so it's just Imp plus 1 morsel and you've gotten it. So that's great. It also makes my turn 1 with Lost Luggage really good. I'm actually happy about that. Even though I literally got... The game got me so good. I was like, it could be consumables. And then it was literally consumables. Absolute cursed nonsense. How dare you, Monster Train? How dare you? I'd like to avoid the Ember Drain, but on the one hand, I also kind of don't care. I'm going to go ahead and Chain of Gems my front line then. Which is okay. Pop this out. We get our morsels and everything. Play out some stuff. Have cool morsels that are neat and great. See what we draw. There's 3 things. I haven't cleaned out the last Train Steward yet. We'll see what we can roll. I don't need to spend a lot of Ember on this, though, is kind of the most important thing here. So, kind of doesn't really matter. We'll go ahead and Jeweler here. And I mean, I may as well I should consider making Shroud Mitosis free, right? Let's see if we fish it out for free. Alright, it's actually sick, right? Just play him in the middle, and we'll do some damage to the boss as a result. That's good. And then I'll ping it next turn, because it still only has 1 health, which is great. So, cool. Actually, I'm just going to blast it. Great work, go team. This also means I can eat the Ember Drain on something, and then still redraw this guy, which is nice and cool. Get the Ember there, go ahead and ping him out. Play the Morsel. Play a Transcendimp for good luck. It's nice to get this in early, because it means I can play more Morsels, which is a pretty decent turn if I have ever seen one. I'm pretty sure we're already winning this combat, if I'm being honest with you, so that's kind of cool, right? Yeah, we're doing like 200 plus damage here, and that's good, as it turns out. Yeah, decent, in fact. Decent. Yeah, come over here and say hello. Good job. Let's play Shade Splitter first. Put that in front. Great work. Take another Shade Splitter. We'll put that in back. We'll then play the Fledgling Imp, which crushes. I could just push it out of the way. 4 turns, it's extremely dead. 120. Yeah, great work. Then I have to shoot my own imp, and that's going to be okay. Right? We push 1,000 damage to the boss here, which is pretty decent if I'm being honest with you. That's a fine turn. I'd like a morsel, so I think we just stab a dude upstairs. Most of this plays out in a cozy way. Crushed. Alright, good job. I guess I'll play another morsel. I don't need to. We actually are just really powerful here, in fact. The third multi-strike is pretty good, it turns out. It's pretty darn good. Fun thing is you can actually Shroud Mitosis the guy that got buff damage, if you really want to, which is pretty awesome. We're doing over 1,000 damage here. So, let's go ahead and ascend the boss just in case. Get something shot downstairs. I'm going to go ahead and clone big guy here. Great work. Cool. Pretty strong floor. Go upstairs. I'd like the pre-relentless kill you. Neat. Can we do it? I think we can, actually. Cool. So we put... Interesting. I don't think I can pre-relentless here, but I can come pretty close. Alright, we can go Fledgling Imp here, buff the Morsel, and then ping out in the back, and that pushes like 600. Unfortunately, we did not have the oomph here, but it's okay. I can get some extra morsels in at least, which is nice. So, sure. Fun. We almost had it. That's okay. You can't win them all, right? You can't get them all. And then we tank with this, and that's fine. Great work. Does not matter. She's doing a lot of damage. I feel like we actually could just crush this without really any concern for... Here, yeah, just come upstairs, lady. It's fine. Yeah, I don't have to overthink this. And then we just make a copy of this guy, and that's pretty cool. Great work. And then just crush it. Yeah, I think we maybe play top floor, possibly. I don't know. It's worth considering. Shroud Spike. It's a fun card. We are generating morsels. I already skipped winged technology because I couldn't afford it. So... But we can benefit from Chain of Gems on top floor options. Of course, that means Penumbra will pass away pretty quickly. We can actually protect him. We can give him Chain of Gems on turn 1. So, buys him some turns. I think the mid-floor angle is just stronger. The question becomes, how reliably can I connect the Transcendimp fast on this floor, right? With the multi-strike being the third hit on this Crucible Warden, we might not need to dupe him. I could also potentially Antumbra Assault Penumbra to make space on the floor. He's worth 3 to kill. I think we can get away with not... I'm going to take the Shroud Spike to benefit from Hell's Banners. I think I can use that for sure. I think we can get away without the space, is what I'm saying. I think we have the tools. We're going to dupe the lad, and I think we can figure out the rest, depending on what we're shown. We have a lot of options. So let's do triple draw, because I have the Mask of Penumbra. We're going to go for the removal dupe here. It's very powerful. I can think of a lot of things to do with it. We'll take the Horde. Winged Steel is also nuts here, if I'm being clear. How many cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, 22, 23. We have enough for Diligent. I'm not afraid. I was thinking about Split Anvil. There's some options here, but really I don't think we need to. I think Winged Steel for draw friggin' 8 cards a turn. It's more than that. It's 9 cards a turn. It's really strong. We go Architect 3 for sure. I can cut, wait for it, the last Train Steward is gone. I'm going to look at the cave real fast. Build a card is nice. We can take this. Sap. I have Daze. I don't care about this. I'll take Armor. Armor buff. It's a good card. Already a great card. And I don't have to do anything too fancy here. Although, interestingly, I could pull if I want to. I'd kind of want to keep the guy who's eating in front, though, so I think we just leave it be, right? I mean, would I take an Armor 10 plus 10 card? This is just, what, better Razor Sharp Edge? Yeah, obviously. That's good. Good card. The cards we cut, I think I'm cutting bad Antumbra Assault, probably. Well, if I'm going to cut Antumbra Assault, I may as well cut Torch. I think it's actually Perils. Perils is going to be difficult to play in general, and I'm getting so much Ember from the Hell's Banners now. I'm just going to cut Perils. You're never getting that holdover if I see it anyway. The dupe here is a little trickier. I could and should consider just making second Warden here, and then we can decide on what we want later, because he's never getting another upgrade, right? Yeah, let's just make another man here and then move on. This is a very strong setup. Now we have a very flexible Ring 8. I can take this armor. Doing like thousands of damage a turn, and I can play top floor here, which makes it even stronger, so whatever. Let's buff our front lad. I want this. I'm willing to trade my turn 1, turn 2 Ember for this, right? He gets that damage shield. We pop this out. Great work. Buff up front. Transcend Imp on the draw off of Winged Steel is not strong, but gives me space to really mess around. I am going to pop him to draw stuff, and I think the answer is actually Shroud Spike here. Although I guess I'll Shade Splitter first. I was going to say, if they show me a very easy guy, right? If they show me when I'm saying an easy guy, basically just means if they show me the Ember Morsel, I would spike Ember Morsel and then Prism Retrieval for numbers, but that's fine. Cool. This is going to be a kind of Garbo turn, but that's alright. I'm going to go ahead and just drop Imp here, so I can kill the Imp, wait for it, redraw the Imp. Yo, isn't this so strong? And then shoot it again, and then we have a fantastic turn. Yeah, okay. I think we've got it. Playing double Imp here is good. The problem, it becomes more difficult when I don't have someone to take that Ember Drain, right? So you have to do stuff like Shade Splitter first, right? Which draws. Then I can play the Imp. You can see this kind of... That Hardy's Winged Steel has procced, so we can't really play too many games like that. I can face tank with the Morsel, which is fun. And then what? Play double Morsels here, and that's probably going to be it. Seems good. We clear the floor without much issue. And we're good, right? We're golden here, in fact. Alright, we tank up front. It's solid. I'm going to go ahead. I've already played two units, yeah. So, I mean, we already can't do the Winged Steel jump here because it's actually Chain of Gems that causes it, which is okay, because if I'm worried about my floor dying on Divinity to like 120 incoming damage, Chain of Gems on a Morsel is probably one of the strongest options to avoid that happening. So, can buff in front, play this Morsel out. This floor takes a truckload of damage, but it's okay. I can and will ping one guy in middle. It's good to do it. And I think we're chilling. Here, eat this Morsel. Great job. Yeah, they killed a Morsel, but we managed to hold on to everything else. We're actually ahead in terms of survivability here, which is great news. Now, this is unfortunate because I do not actually have the means to kill my own imp. But I think he'll die anyway. It's true, actually. He will. He tanks the whole thing and then passes away. So, great. Cool. Okay, let's see. Play Morsels. Great. This is fine. I'm going to continue to generate value here. Look at what they get here. We'll just buff this floor up. All good. Strong, right? I can actually stop a lot of this damage. I can save that Morsel, potentially. I guess I can't, actually. 1, 2... Yeah, I guess there's one extra hit. Which is a bit of a bummer, but that's alright. Sure, I'm overthinking it. We already win. I can literally press end turn, right? Just... We have 15 damage shield here. I have no fears. 0 fears. Here, put the Morsel there. Press end turn. I don't care. I actually do not care. Great. Press end turn. We crumble him in 1 round. Overthinking this combat. Overthinking that by a lot. Skip it. Furnace Tap. Well, if you can make things free, you can do this. But it's inviting danger. It invites danger on turns I can't play cards. I think this is a wrong choice. I think it's wrong. We're going to skip it. There's ways we could maybe finagle it, but we hit enough times. Let's not overthink this run. Another tiresome climb. I actually think I would rather... Where's my dupe? I can dupe Magic Shop. I would rather -1 this tiresome climb and dupe it, and then have 2 that cost 2. So I think we just skip this, and I'm not going to have the -1s to invest in Inferno, so we skip that too. And we're going left. I think that's obvious. Give me a -2 game. Yo, it did it. The absolute lunatic game. Of course we're going to dupe this crazy tiresome climb. Intrinsic here is fun. I might do an intrinsic spike angle. Depends on what we roll. Commemorative spike is not good, but an intrinsic... Well, an intrinsic 5 Ember minor spike isn't abysmal. Huh. Interesting. Let's make Old Magic free. Cards that I want to be played every time. I'm going to go ahead and 20 consume a torch. Get rid of one of these. Is this double stack ever it? Don't think so. Don't think so. Okay. Holdover. You shouldn't have. In fact, Holdover Grovel is pretty good at... I could have taken Furnace Tap with Holdover Grovel. That's... You know, I had considered this, but you can't bank that. I didn't want to bank it. So... But it is funny. I think it's still correct to do this. This is such a good card. It also literally guarantees replacing itself with Mask of Penumbra. I think you kind of have to do this here. It's just that good. I get a -1 still. We're going to be duping something else. I don't think it's going to be Intrinsic Spike on Commemorative Spike here. It's causing some weirdness I don't feel like dealing with. Lightstone Casing. Isn't it just Lightstone Casing, Intrinsic... Yeah, okay, hold up. We go Lightstone Casing. Right? We're gonna now... This is gonna look weird. But now we dupe the Tiresome Climb. Okay, hear me out. We dupe it. Accidental Train Wreck. We're going to put a -1 in one of them, right? And we're going to intrinsic the other. This is not something I usually do, but sometimes you really want this, right? This guarantees a ridiculous turn 1, and then we draw into the free one later. This card is insane. 0 cost, Ascend, Dazed 4. This card is obscene. To describe it any other way would be uncool. I'm going to take 20 piercing on Mind Collapse here, and I'm going to finally purchase a removal. I think we are way ahead. I'm actually not that keen on cutting cards here. How many do I have? 2. I took a Crystalline Seeds. It's funny. 3. This is 8. 12, 16, 20, 24. Oh god, we have 26 spells. I can cut a torch, guys. We can cut a torch, it's fine. Cool. Yeah, great. Accidental Train Wreck. Let's go, Diligent. Good heckin' luck, brother. This is gonna be good. I'm actually pretty pleased about this run. Nice. Alright. What a good turn 1, in fact. Can you play bottom floor? No. No, we can't. I can push a respectable sum of damage here. Yeah, I can push some numbers. I can, let's see, this is what, 30 by 3 is 90 plus 100. I can kill the front guy. That's cool. I can kill one of the back guys, which is probably the Purifier. He's got 13 stealth. There's really no reason to play here like this. So I think we consume 1. Boop. And then we pierce out number 2. I'm then going to accept the Ember Drain here so I can get damage shield on the correct unit. Pop it. And now we get Hell's Banners. Buff up here. It's a good buff. Wow, it's actually way better. I was forgetting Resonance Shard numbers. So we can hit 180 off the front here. We get a Morsel now, which is great news. Draw that whole deck. I'm going to go ahead and daze the boss here. I'm not afraid of this multi-striker here, so I'm actually just going to 8-turn this boss because it's cool to do it. And I think I'm separating Mr. 190 here. Cool. A good turn, in fact. We get to pop a friend downstairs. Great. I unfortunately do not have a Morsel. Let's take this Ember Drain and pop a friend, which draws me a card. Great. We actually do get a Morsel, which is fantastic news. Great work. And I can just freely spike up to big number here. It's interesting. I actually wonder if I can make 2 copies, which is just a plus 12, plus 12. It's better to spike. Yeah, 103 by 3 is just superior. I'm going to save the Crystalline Seeds for a later turn. We're now ahead enough that we win this for sure. Great work. The burn here is... the burn here is Prism Retrieval, because it makes the imp free, and then I can Shade Splitter, which has the added benefit of eating my Hell's Banners. We then get to play this imp out, and it crushes, right? Great. Now I am gonna hold on to the morsels created here. We take a curse for it, but I'm okay with this. This is very strong. We're in a quite strong position here. The burn is a Shade Splitter. Totally. Play the 1. Unfortunately, we didn't roll terribly well, but that's okay. Then play some stuff out down here. It's fine. It doesn't really matter that much. We've gained enough damage that I feel confident in crushing. And we have the AoE here, so we should beat this. The burn is a torch. Sure. We'll torch it. I'll grovel here. Our actual play, I think, is to... Yeah, it's minor into... I need the Transcendent play. Even if I don't get the extra Imp angle, it's okay, right? I could play Imp on a lower floor, but you'll see why I want to do this, because I can make it up. We get the space here. I can then Fledgling Imp again. I can face tank a little bit. We actually can eat that 90 damage brother, which is very cool. This is a good turn to Mega Daze the boss. He now has more days than he has stealth, so he's dead. For sure. For sure he's dead. Really good turn. We are way ahead now. Great work. Look. Crystalline Seeds. I saved it for the penultimate moment. It's actually cracked, okay? I don't want to hear anything bad said about my favorite card. It's not actually my favorite card. But it's okay. We can all pretend here. Cool, get rid of his spell shield. Great work. We're good. We have it. I think we could actually press end turn and win, though obviously I don't want to take curse damage. This is an Umbra Assault, I believe. Burn that. Play this. Take Fledgling Imp. I'm going to play Damage Shield. Fledgling Imp. And Umbra Assault downstairs is your friend. We have a ton of morsels right now, but the fun thing is there's only one morsel for me, and that is this Damage Shield morsel, which is pretty cool. And let's see, anything else that's entertaining? I'm going to go ahead and stop one of the damage hits downstairs. That's fine. And I guess we just have a billion morsels, so sure, kill a bunch of those for me, please. They're killing themselves on spikes. Fantastic. Great work. I guess I could have ascended one. No, I actually couldn't have. That's okay. Great, we win. They all killed themselves onto a spike wall. Good job. Cool. Let's burn. Hidden Passage? Sure. Right? Sure. We'll burn Hidden Passage here. Cool. I'm actually going to send the boss because I don't feel like dealing with him. Watch this. We're going to have a good time here. You put down damage. 26 damage shield, by the way, for anyone keeping track. A respectable figure, I suppose. Let's ascend to the boss. Send him right up. Cool. Again, he has more days than he has stealth, so he is extremely dead. Whee! Alright, we did it. At this point, I'm just having fun. Great job. Man is passing away. Now, good. Can we do the same thing on the Divinity? I don't know. It looks a little different. Blank pages? Sure, that seems fun. This also gives me a vector for the Chain of Gems if I don't feel like playing a morsel. This actually might enable the self-kill imp angle that I was talking about and showed you a couple times with the Winged Steel. So you can play the imp twice. If it does help if I can make the imp free while doing so, but it depends too much on draw order. Honestly, let's just play top floor. It actually doesn't matter. The dude is dazed, right? So it's actually just free. Right, I'm overthinking it. Cool. We'll put the damage shield guy in front still. Great. Fantastic news. It's like, oh no, he's passing away or something. Great. I'm just going to daze the boss and then shoot the imp, and it's cool. Here's a frostbite. That's neat. And then I will play a morsel. It's a shame it wasn't a health morsel, but I'm such a moron. It's actually good because maybe I can hit him with the prism retrieval. Spine Chief. Sure, bud. Get him. Get it, friend. I am a fool. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and play Transcend him for space here and then shoot it. That's pretty decent. Okay. Prism Retrieval actually will fetch here, which is pretty neat, in my opinion. So, Prism Retrieval fetch, and now he's free. And it's cracked, right? I can't use Spine Chief literally at all, so it's kind of funny to think about trying. But sure, we'll play the Morsel. He's at, like, the Morsel, the Imp, he's at least free. Yeah, we easily kind of pulled it out there. Great. Chief, what are you doing? Don't give me Wormkin units, okay? Who are you? Is Soul Guard worth a spot on the floor? No, of course not. Of course not. Oh, I already messed it up. Actually, in fact, I need to do something weird here. We'll grovel. So we can Magma Morsel up front. Draw a billion cards. That's okay. I will play Fledgling Imp, but I'm actually going to put another Morsel down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards on the floor. 6 cards on the floor. And then we push big numbers here. Great. Will I ever activate Soul Guard? I don't think so. But let's get rid of Spike's Friend, because I might as well. I guess I'll play out some Morsels. I might activate him. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to feed that floor, so we'll just accept this. Sure. Pushing 300. Guy is dazed to oblivion. I'd love it if Chief passed away. Who do I get today? Yo, what? Okay, Primordium. Sure, bud. Now, unfortunately, Primordium actually is bad because it's Stalwart Snack. I was looking over here like, whoa, superfood, but it's actually, unfortunately, not. Now, I can, however, play Primordium and get him shot on bottom floor. I did this intentionally, so I can then do Fledgling Imp, shoot the Imp so I can redraw the Imp, which is a big play for anyone keeping track. Daze up here. I then can Shroud Spike a huge number in with 6 Ember, which is fantastic. And the best part is actually that Fledgling Imp is still free, and I can pop a guy on middle, and we're doing great. Seems good to me, actually. Pushing 800 here, easily winning the combat now. Finally, Chief dies. Shame about Primordium. Give me superfood? Who are you? Is Windleton actually cracked? Yeah, I mean, he hits 3 times and he gives the floor quick. Is that not nuts? Right? It actually might be bad because I need the torches then to kill the Imp, but... You want to put Windleton in? Get in here, champ. Sure, bud. Get in here, bud. Yeah, that's good. We'll go ahead and then Imp. I'm going to Antumbra Assault, which will redraw Imp, right? I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to shoot the Imp, which is cool. And then, if you want to continue having a fun time, you just play the Imp again, right? We just put the Imp in again. And yeah, reasonable, in fact. Here, I totally believe in you, Mr. Soulguard, who's 100% going to survive. Good turn. Good turn. Thanks, Windleton. Why are you not here? Sure, let's get in there, bud. Who else do you got for me? I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think 50 damage Primordium is worth it. So, let's shoot the Imp, make space, right? Seems good. I think I can just play a Morsel normally here, and it's fine, right? I can then Primordium, and I can give him Old Magic, which does feed. We've suddenly transcended here. This is nonsense. I can also just ascend another Morsel in. Get in there, champ. Alright, we did it. Good. Just press end turn. No, don't press end turn. We need to believe. I'm going to activate Soul Guard if it's the last thing I do. I definitely believe in the lad. Cool. I mean, top floor looks good. Yeah, chow down, bud. Eat Primordium. They gave me aggressive edible now. I think we win on this turn whether I want to or not. So you know what we're going to do? For sure what we're going to do. Soul Guard, you must activate. There is no alternative, brother. My friend. I believe in the you that wins this run for me. Wait for it. Oh no, hold up. We've done it. Soul Guard, you must live. Soul Guard is alive. We've done it. Eat up well, friend. Eat up well. Here, eat a bunch of these Shroud Mitosis, the Soul Guard play. Oh wait, Chartel Queen passed away. Oh no. He did it. Oh no, I fed mid-floor. Whoops. Oh wait, we accidentally win. Didn't even get the second eat. It's okay, I had to activate Soul Guard. He was a very important, critical part of this run. There's really no alternative. I mean, that's what you're here for, right? You want me to win runs, which requires me to turn on Soul Guard in my default Umbra, default Hellhorned run, obviously. Soul Guard, right? Critical. I mean, you would do the same thing, right? What are you doing? Are you playing Monster Train, or are you not playing Monster Train? You want to put the monsters on your train. It's the whole point of the thing, right? And if the monsters aren't attacking on your train, then you've done something wrong. So we need to remove that whole barrier. Anyway, there's a 69 in our score. I'm on a tizzy today. Let's go to the run summary. There's not a lot I really have to offer here. So this is a fantastic run that went completely unhinged, which is fantastic news. Grovel did great. The Fledgling Imp early getting endless, fantastic. Transcend Imp with Architect, also fantastic. It was free space. We ended up just playing top floor because I was originally planning around middle because I didn't have the Tiresome Climb on lock. But once we got the Lightstone casing, it was like, oh wait, we actually just put an intrinsic in this thing and it's nuts. And we got it. And then I made a free one because that's even better. This card is actually nuts. Like, what do you mean 0 cost for 4 days? Outrageous. No costs or anything. This is even, I mean, just ridiculous. Crucible Warden did fantastic here. He's definitely the better of the two when the option presents itself. I would say Collector is better if you need to actually keep him alive for a lot of turns. Warden is better if you want to try to use him as an offensive angle, because his defense is covered as long as you can solve Morsels. And we solved Morsels by just making the Divinity not do anything, which is pretty cool. Though we also had the Chain of Gems, which there was a lot of finagling cards and like playing things in very certain orders to get a little faster, a little stronger. We were doing a lot of that through the run. Huge shout out to Mask of Penumbra, though, that just did incredible work. So yeah, not much to say other than accidental train wreck. Whoops, let's go. And yeah, again, happy Turkey Day if you celebrate. And if you don't, well, happy Thursday. It is still a Thursday for everyone. I guess it might be Friday in New Zealand. Do I have any New Zealanders? I don't know. Shout out in comments if anyone from New Zealand or Australia is watching from tomorrow. But otherwise, not much else to add, so I'll let you go there. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.